You all know him, you all love him. I got to go against Killerdog like 20 minutes ago in this PvP season with the special rule with the hidden reinforcements, and it was close. There I was super scared of his Snow Hulk, so I did Element Massacre, which actually did some decent damage, which I was surprised by, of course. And then I see the Christine come in, and luckily the Polarian Sleep hit Bunker Beast, which was great. He gives turn there to hypnotize the Dracozoid. Not sure about that, seeing as how he's at 178 seconds, but then he charges Bloodcrave on it. So no big deal. The Aetherian here, I'm super scared of this guy because I have a lot of stun in my mid game, and so I'm thinking, okay, I need to get rid of him eventually. But at the same time, this Christine and this Tardigrade need to go, because Tardigrade is going to obviously do his Tardy Cannon. He takes out my Vixia Guard there, puts Aetherian to sleep. Not sure how I feel about that. Christine I'm scared about. Like I said, Tardigrade's got his Tardy Cannon. Polarion has Blood Crave charged. So luckily I have Link Double Retribution charged. It's actually funny, he came in with the Link Water front line and I had Link Storm, so I got kind of lucky there. I was expecting an Exile here or something, but he decides to Link Sneak Attack the Penguinator, which is not a super big deal for me because his Blue Maluga needs to charge, and I'm about to get a couple turns. Luckily my Rising comes in before Christine. I take off the shield. My Dracozoid is still sleeping, unfortunately. But here, I'm thinking, okay, I can't really Twin Knockback or Hellfire, so I just decided to take Christine out. I Overwatch because, that's just kind of what you do with Ryzen. Do a Protector Killer so that Guillaume can't kill anybody with Overconfident Strike because, obviously, it's a water monster hitting into storm monsters. He decides to Counter-Strike Ryzen, which puts him to hold ground. And I just do a little Time Strike double because it's kind of my only option, and it'll do some damage to the Gangrilla. I've got the instant reload so I can take out the Blue Maluga, who was starting to get a little scary. And then I see Cynthia come in, and this is where I get scared because he now has 3 Sleep Immune monsters and 1 Purified Fully Awakened Mythic, and I've got Grimoris next in line. Normally Grimoris is a big comeback mechanic for me, a big controller for me. But he's got 3 of his 4 monsters that can't even be put to sleep. So, I'm not thinking that I'm in a great position here. And luckily, Grimoris' Dreamy Entrance puts Aetherian to sleep. Who would have thought, right? I finally get a turn back with my Dracozoid, who's now awake, and I can protect. This Gangrilla isn't much he can do because he's not going to be able to... He might be able to kill Dracozoid, but he decides to repent Guillaume. And I think this Overconfident Strike kills... Oh, well, he goes for Counter-Strike. I think Overconfident Strike would have killed, though. So, you have that. Now, I see that I have my Malwing next in line, so I decide to take out his Aetherian, because that's kind of his only stun protection at this point. And heck did I know, I brought in a Centurion, and luckily I had Spectre Fox on the field to absorb that. He's going to Night Watch, because... unbeknownst to him, I have a Stunning Entrance next in line. And this Gangrilla takes off the shield on Bunker Beast. And Cynthia decides to quick draw the Galvbane, I believe. Yup. And so then the Stunning Entrance comes in, and I'm like, okay, this is my chance to take some control here. I thought about Piercing Mortar Centurion, but I'm like, I have no idea what is next, right? Like, there could be, I don't know, he could have Lemon or something. So I decide to skip with the Bunker Beast and then do my blowback on Centurion. Luckily, I brought in a Vixia Guard, who is a little scary, but not too scary. And then I Piercing Mortar, and I bring in a Bulby Boom, which is awful because I just brought in Husking that I was going to show of power into my Nova Drake into Stun Wave. So, yeah, unfortunate. There I decided to show of power Grimoris anyway. It didn't kill the Bulby Boom, which is what I was worried about. And, I mean, Grimoris wasn't going to be able to do anything against all these Sleep Immune monsters. Luckily, that charges Blood Crave on Husking, and he's able to kill Cynthia. I wasn't sure if that would kill because of the Water Storm thing I was talking about earlier. Now, we're flipped. And I'm a little worried of that Penguinator, obviously. He decides to kill my Husking, and I can't Stun Wave here. So I decided to just time strike the Gangrilla. I thought about the Bulby Boom, but I figured I'd leave him there for a little bit longer. And there he puts my Draco Rosa to sleep. I was worried about this Vixia Guard here because he could either kill Draco Rosa or Nova Drake, except he couldn't kill them because they both have hold ground. Spectre Fox would be, I don't know, not really a monster he needs to kill, so that's pretty well played, putting the Draco Rosa to sleep, obviously, because that's my one Purifier, and then stunning my other Purifier out of play. I try to Raw Bloodthirst, thought it might kill, but it doesn't. Now this Penguinator decides to, I believe, Overwatch here, which in hindsight was not the greatest move, considering my Bunker Beast had a Mortar charged. So, unfortunate. That's just kind of the nature of this game. Here the Vixia Guard, I believe, heals Gangrilla, which is smart because Gangrilla is kind of ending up to be one of his only killer monsters left. This Assisted Dusk does take out the Bulby Boom, and of course, I brought in a Moku, which I'm like freaking out about now because if I kill one more monster, then he pretty much wins. And there, that Retaliate just barely didn't kill the Spectre Fox, so he couldn't pull off a Stun Burst from the Storm Fox, which was extremely unfortunate for him. Now I'm free to do my Stun Wave, and this Chrono Killer on Vixia Guard. Luckily, the sleep hits Chromera, who's a monster I don't really need, but then I brought in his Centurion anyway, and stuns the rest of my monsters out of play. This was just a weird battle. That Counter-Strike didn't put Nova Drake to hold ground. Not a lot of great luck for Killerdog there, but you know, it was fun. It was a good demonstration of how wacky this special rule can be, because you end up making decisions that you never would have expected you would have ever made in your life if you had seen what monster was coming up next, but you couldn't see what monster was coming up next. So, you know, life's a gamble at the end of the day. And here, just a Purifying Mist to wake up the Chromera so that Chrono Killer can kill Centurion. And he decides to just give up. Isn't much he can do. It was a fun game. It was well played on both ends. And like I said, a weird special rule, but it was fun. Thank you everybody so much for watching. GG's Killerdog, and I'll see you in the next video.